I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like a house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. And like it says, best believe I'm self-made, yeah? The self-proclaimed hardest working man in the YouTube game. We have absolutely loads to get through tonight. Hopefully the setup's looking cleaner, the lighting's looking crisp, and the sound is sounding sweet. That didn't quite work, did it? Still waiting on my boom arm, but that'll be here tomorrow, and then I'm good. I'm good. Also tonight, folks, we are going to be joined by a special guest that's going to go through the transfer news with me and just have a general chinwag on everything concerning Leeds United. You've all been asking for him, actually, asking where he is. You know, where he's been. We need the hype man back in the game and all that jazz. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm going to welcome the top G in, the big dog, yeah? Are you ready? Let's go!
Vamos! My brothers and sisters, what is going on, everybody? It's been a hot minute since I've been here with my brother Joe to talk about Leeds United. We had a month off for international football, and of course, we've just been getting back into the swing of things. And I'm ready, mate. How are you? How are you? How is everybody?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I am glad you are here with me, man. We've been chatting today, like you say, it's been a while. And it has. How have you been, mate? How was your Christmas, New Year, first of all?
It was good. The Christmas, New Year, spent a lot of time with the family. And then New Year's, actually, whoa, that was a messy one, mate. Went Budapest for 2 days. And they have this thing called palinka there. Yeah, if you ever go to Hungary, you have to try their Hungarian shot, palinka. It is the most rancid stuff you'd ever had. It's as if sambuca, vodka, and tequila all had a baby together. And yeah, it will kill you off. And over there as well, they do like double shots as well. So to say my New Year's morning ended at 3 a.m. with me throwing up in a nightclub toilet may be correct, may be incorrect. Who knows? I'm not here to, I'm not here to chew the facts on that one. But no, it was amazing, man. Honestly, Budapest, beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to go there, really nice. What about yourself, mate? What have you been up to?
Yeah, man. Just you know what I mean. Just fucking plodding on, spending time with family over Christmas and that. I've made the decision as well today to take a year out from uni. So that's been a big decision because I just want to focus and put all my eggs into this basket for a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And give a real run at it. And I've not been able to get on with assignments and all that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a leave of absence for a year and, just focus on me because it's been a challenge. Try to juggle everything in that. So
at the end of this year or?
No, so we've had first semester January and then I'll come back January 2024 and finish the second semester. So yeah, man. It's good. Right, okay. Well, what we're going to do, mate, is go through the latest Leeds United news. But before we do any of that, right, and just to let everyone know, we are going to be talking about Unahi. We've got updates on him. We've had a massive update on Jorginho Rutter in the last 5 minutes. Yeah.
Mate, even I'm behind on that one.
Yeah, big news.
Big news, boys.
It is. We're going to talk about JT's favourite player, Junior Firpo.
Yeah, I saw that on the thumbnail. I saw that right at the last second, mate. Beautiful stuff, by the way.
It's good, wasn't it? It's good.
Yeah, how good was he the other day, by the way? Blackpool-esque, huh?
Yeah, no. Blackpool-esque. You know, on that, everyone kept saying in the comments, Blackpool. So, yeah, it was class. And, yeah, some more Leeds United exits potentially just with the young players. So we'll go through it all, folks. We'll touch on it all. A few people have said, I knew that top-tier journal was going to be JT. It's not JT. I have it confirmed on Tuesday night.
I'm the best journalist in the game, mate. Pure facts. Anything you see me say is 100% factually proven, all right?
It is.
Qualified.
Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, I have someone joining me who I would consider quite top tier. So watch
Is
this.
it potentially another James?
James? No. It's a liter. It's bigger. It's bigger.
Oh,
bro.
wow.
It's bigger.
Sending shots at my boy. Wow, that's
yeah. I'll tell you off air. Mate. We'll chat about it. Definitely will. But while I get up the latest news and ready, mate, I just want to get your general opinion on everything Leeds United currently. How's your mood? Because Lewis, I was speaking to Lewis, and he was in my comments yesterday or the other day, and he was just popping off with Jesse Marsh propaganda, and I'm the opposite to him, and we haven't really chatted about that. So what are your thoughts right now?
You know, that's Lewis, mate. You got to take everything Lewis says with a huge grain of, I'd say a whole handful of salt, to be honest, with everything that guy says. So, you know, I wouldn't read too much into that. But no, how I'm feeling with Leeds.
Yeah.
It's been pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I'm probably one of the most optimistic guys going, but I just don't see where our style of play is. I don't see what we have going forward at all. To get any kind of results, we always have to pull it out of the fire, or either getting some last-minute equalizer, some last-minute winner. Why can't we just actually dominate a side for once? I mean, that first half against Cardiff, appalling. One of the worst footballing performances I've ever seen. But having said that, the transfer window's coming round. I'm hearing potential Middle Eastern ownership coming through. So I'm starting to feel the oil money coming through. It's soaking into my skin a little bit. The energy's starting to rise. And I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimistic with the signings that we could be making. I think our squad is very weak, and we do need to make some signings. I don't think that we've addressed our defensive issues. I haven't seen enough from Volba.
Oh, I owe you apologies as well on that centre-back chat.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, big time.
You get a lot right, actually, to be fair.
I told you, I'm the best journalist in the scene, mate.
He's on the money for sure. John Hand, John H, sorry, you were right, mate. Okay, you'll know what I mean. People check the comments. Right, we'll start first of all with Azadine Unahi. Obviously, breakout star in the World Cup for. Look at JT just quickly checking our dead comments to see. I'm
just seeing what the people are saying, man. So
listen, Azadine Unahi obviously has been linked to Leeds United on a number of occasions. Oh, that's not going to work, is it?
It isn't.
No, I didn't notice that. We're going to have to take this off, put this on, and then no,
you're Firpo, to be fair. So,
will it go like this? No.
No. What the hell is that? What the? Oh yes!
I didn't mean to do that one. I did not mean to do
that one, mate.
What am I doing here? Right, will you just stay there? Right, okay, yeah. So Angers' asking price for Azadine Unahi could discourage Napoli. Apparently, they want about 17 million. And Napoli are not willing to meet that, if you like. And you'll notice here, just bear me 1 second, that Leicester as well potentially may have exited the race, because it looks like they are in discussions for signing Fiorentina midfielder Nico. So could that mean then that Leeds United sort of get a free run, if you like, at Azadine Unahi? Obviously, it says here, club chief wants to unleash an auction for Leeds target White, specifically named as a threat for club. Look, Napoli, obviously, naturally, are going to be. Why is the oldest bloody?
I think this is a great article you've pulled up. To be honest, can you send me this? I need to do some transfer research after the show. To be honest,
I just know that shit. Anyway,
you know, adverts actually based on your search results.
I know, but this is what I don't understand. Do you know what though, bro? I don't understand, because yesterday it was all mics and that. But now, why is it that?
Because you were searching for mics yesterday, and you were
I've been searching for no women's underwear today. Best believe I'm a single man. I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
Unless I'm rocking it myself. Who knows? Who's been doing something?
I reckon you could pull it off.
I reckon I could as well. But yeah, Napoli. So What do you make to Azadine Unahi? Obviously, Click's left now, JT. So, like, we do need a centre midfielder replacement for sure.
Oh, big time. And I'm not talking Adam because for sure is simply not good enough. I don't think at this level. He's not really cutting the mustard anymore. Unahi, wow, sublime. One of the breakout stars, phenomenal in the World Cup. I just hope it's not another one of those things where, you look at the Russian World Cup and you got a lot of players, the Golovins of the world, who everyone thought was going to be a world beater. And then he ended up absolutely shedding the bed when he got his big move. But no, from what I've seen from him, I think he's perfect. I think he'll slot into that midfield role perfectly. I think against sides that are going to sit back, I would potentially put him in over Rutter in that deeper role, put him in a double pivot with Adams, because I really don't think we have anything on the ball to break these sides down. And I've been saying it, man. I've been saying it the whole time. I don't know where you, Lewis, and Max kept seeming to think that we had some sort of creativity and that we were just being wasteful in front of goal. We still haven't replaced Pablo Hernandez. He's not a Pablo Hernandez replacement. Don't get me wrong. He's not that kind of player, but he's still going to allow us to control the ball a bit more, actually maybe try and break teams down, try and slow the pace of the play down and actually be creative. So I think it's a good move. I think Leicester pulling out, irrelevant. They're shit. Pardon my French. Sorry, didn't mean to swear. I mean, look, they're at the end of their project, mate. They're going to get relegated in a couple of years. Why would he want to go to Leicester? Terrible club, dead fan base. Come on, you're coming to the big dogs. We're about to get some oil money coming in. We're about to push up to Europe. So it's no contest. The only thing is, I think he wants to go to Napoli. Thankfully for us, their wallet's tighter than the Tories' pockets, and we might be able to nab him away just on the basis of having more money. But I don't know. Do you think Napoli are gonna go in for more?
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? I think with CDK, like, we had more money than what AC Milan had, really. Like, I've seen a lot of people say, honestly, they're killing me in the comments here. Why? I'm genuinely.
You've exposed yourself, man.
No, because while you were talking, bro, I've gone through all the other websites and it's all like mics and stuff. So I genuinely.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'm genuinely thinking. I'm thinking.
Hey, bloody hell, mate. It's just every time I turn my camera on, these adverts seems to come on. I don't know. I mean, I'm typing in Brazil national team. It takes me to Brazzers. I don't know what's going on. To be honest with you.
No, but on a level, I'm going. When have I been searching for women's underwear? I haven't, man. I haven't. Anyway, yeah, the oil money stuff, bro. I don't know if you've seen. I think that's been like sort of written off. Like it's. I think.
No, trust me.
I think it's Tottenham.
Like Tottenham ain't doing nothing. Levy ain't selling them up. I'm telling you, man, it's happening. I can smell it, I can taste it. I've got connections. Like I said, I've got connections, and there is some serious truth to it. And there's another thing as well. I was checking yesterday. They were talking about Radrizzani. He was coming out and he was talking about selling Leeds. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
He was talking about how it's not fair to the fans to not sell up and give the club to new owners who have ambition. And if you look at the way he said it, he didn't really lean too much into the fact that it is going to be the 49ers. He spoke in vaguities. He spoke new investment, new owners. If you read between the lines, it seems like there is someone that's putting a bit of force onto him that isn't the 49ers. So
you think we get investment from the Qataris? Is that what you're saying to me?
Oh, I'd love the Qataris, mate. I'd love it. I'd love it.
You would love it. You would love it if we beat them. Yeah, one of them ones. One of these.
One of them ones.
And I'll tell you, honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
There you go.
Love it.
You'll love it. Exactly. Full Kevin Keegan saga. So listen, it's one to watch anyway with Azadine Unahi. Brendan Rodgers also came out yesterday after their game against Newcastle and basically said, look, I have to work with what I have. He didn't sound particularly enthusiastic about bringing anyone in, to be fair. There's a lot of rhetoric being pushed by certain people in the media as well that, he's not being able to do it. He's doing a good job, etc., etc. So maybe they are just laying down them foundations for Leicester absolutely doing jack.
Who's doing a good job?
Brendan Rodgers.
Oh, that's funny, mate. That's funny.
Also, let me just stick this up here. For those that believe Napoli and Leeds are in it. Look, Fabrizio Romano gave it the seal of approval to say Leeds, Napoli still open, not PSG. Look, I don't know if Azzedine Unahi has actually said himself, I do not want to go to Leeds. But of course, because everyone keeps saying, move on, he don't want to come, yada, yada, yada. And we don't want another CDK situation. But what I will say, like, of course he's going to have doubts about coming to Leeds because based on where we are currently, we've won 2 games in the last 16. We've won 4 all season in the league, and then you've got Napoli, who's top of Serie A, knocking at his door. I don't care which club you're at, he's going to want to go there. If they can come up with the funds, now that's a different matter. Maybe they haven't got the facilities for that. And someone said to me, actually, before I came on, I seen a comment on my YouTube comments. I don't know if it was a Napoli fan or whatever. Just bear with me 1 minute because it was in reference to this. He said, Napoli can pay anyone they want. Stop posting fake calumnies on Napoli. I'm assuming he might be Italian, but it's not as easy as they're going to put their money. They're not. No other clubs in Europe in the top 5 by your PSGs, etc., can really compete with the Premier League money. No. I don't think they can't.
They can't. I mean, we saw it last year with AC Milan. They just won the Scudetto, and they were haggling for the entire summer to bring him in. The money in the Serie A is ridiculously low compared to the Premier League. To think that the Napoli can just go and blow their it's not the transfer budget, but blow their transfer budget, out the window and to secure Unahi. And you've got to think about the wages that they're going to have to offer him. Is that going to upset the apple cart with everyone else? There isn't as much money floating around as people would think over there. And
you can see that, right, when you look at the league and see that Lopetegui, who managed Real Madrid in Spain, is managing Wolves, and they were bottom of the table. There's no way a manager of his stature goes to the bottom of Serie A, goes to the bottom of La Liga. They don't. They go because it's the law of the Premier League. Look, Mateus Cunha, for example, who's actually assisted Jimenez in the Carabao Cup game. He doesn't go to a bottom of the table side anywhere else in Europe. Only in the Premier League because of the law of the Premier League, the money, etc. So anyone who thinks Napoli can blow us out of the water, I do not believe that.
Ooh, flipping heck, mate. Southampton are beating City. That's mad. Yeah. Mate, you know what? This actually grinds my gears, all right? This is what annoyed me about Jesse Marsh, and I was saying it. Why the hell did we rest all those players against Wolves, man? Why did we play these schmucks when we could have? They were there for the taking. We could have taken them to the cleaners. We would have had an easy game against Forest now. Southampton beating City. The road to the final would have been so crystal clear. It's unbelievable. And he decides to piss it up a toilet wall by playing a bunch of youngsters, not putting any experience in. That really annoys me, man. I don't care about just survival and chilling around for Mickey Mouse 15th, 14th, 13th. Let's actually try and win something. Let's get to Wembley. Let's have a good day out. Why the hell did we throw that away, man?
Maybe we're going on an FA Cup run. You never know.
Oh, we will go on an FA Cup run. Don't get me wrong. We're going to have Boreham Wood next. We're going to beat Cardiff. We're going to have Boreham Wood. It's going to be a great run. But we could have had 2. We could have had the double.
True, man.
It's stupid. It's stupid anyway.
Another midfielder that Leeds United have been linked to over the past few weeks is Alex Scott. Alex Scott of Bristol City now. Apparently, Wolves have stolen a march and been in talks with Bristol City about the England under-20 midfielder. What do they call him now? They call him the Guernsey Grealish. Apparently, he's a bit of a baller, but the deal's looking unlikely for Wolves due to 25 million price tag. And I believe Leeds United, although they might be interested, there's not a chance we're putting 25 million down for Alex Scott from Bristol City. No. What do you think?
No, absolutely not. And do we need him? Do we want him? No. We want quality. We want experience. I'm tired of going for these below par players. We need proven quality. I mean, you could argue Unahi isn't proven quality, but he is arguably one of the most highly touted wonder kids in world football. He set the world alight on the biggest stage of them all. And whether you count that as proven enough for the Premier League, it's certainly a lot more proven than a 20-year-old who he's never played top flight football in his life. So for me, that we need to be looking a lot higher than Alex Scott. We should be. I'd rather have the other Alex Scott.
Alex
To be
Scott,
honest, rather have the
say,
pundit.
Yeah. Why are we looking at a female for our midfield? Yeah. Well, another midfielder that might tickle your pickle a little bit, mate, is Scott Fofana. They have apparently, exactly. Monaco and Nice are also keen. 27, so maybe more along that more experienced route that you spoke about, mate. Currently captaining the side as well, that are performing well above their weight. They sit second in Liga, having beaten leaders PSG 3-1 last time out. So he's played 8 times as well for Ivory Coast. Has played in England before without making a senior appearance. He spent more than 3 years at the Bucks of Manchester City. I did not know that. He's played for Unahi, and it says that Leeds are keen on Fofana. Look, as we've seen with, the links to Azzedine Unahi, Alex Scott, and now Fofana, I think things for clear, JT, is Leeds probably are going to do a midfielder in this window.
Mm-hmm. Well, we need one. We need one.
Yeah.
I don't see the efficacy in signing Fofana, to be honest. What does he add to us? For me, he's more of a holding midfielder. He's not really that creative player. He doesn't have that creative outlet. For me, he's more of a box-to-box holding midfielder. I think he's very similar in the Tyler Adams kind of mold of player. I don't think that we're going to gain much from signing him. 27 years old. He's not the youngest. He's not the oldest. But I'd rather leave that position open for Darko JB, who I think really... I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts on JB, to be honest. I think he's definitely knocking on that first team door. I think every time I've seen him, phenomenal.
Yeah, I think, look, there is a massive, massive step up between, under 21s and Premier League and even FA Cup Championship, Cardiff. But I agree with you. I do think that his performance against Cardiff, I know he was brought off, but maybe that's more so to protect him a little bit. But I thought he was really, really good in that game. So hopefully we might see more of him. But ultimately, the fact that we're looking at a midfielder, I don't think they think he's quite ready yet. But there's
different level, like Fofana. That's what I mean, though. But if we're going to get someone that's a bit more of an attacking midfielder to replace Klitsch or something, yeah, it makes sense. But if Fofana isn't going to fulfill that role, so I don't see that one making any sense, man. Personally, I think we need quality on the ball.
We do.
We've got Adams there. We've got the defensive player.
Yeah, it's true. John H. just on Alex Scott said one of the best young midfielders in the country, but 25 million is ridiculous. And we're finding this more and more. I genuinely feel that Leeds United and Chelino set the precedent for championship players when we managed to get like 11 million for like Ross McCormack or whatever it was. And I was like, wow. And then it just seems to have got bigger and bigger since then. But 25 million for a guy, again, it's English tax as well, isn't it? Especially when, like JT said, you can pick up Azzedine Unahi for 17 million, about that, you know what I mean? Of course, the Guernsey Grealish, as they're calling him, might have a lot of potential, but I just feel it's a bit too pricey for us to be spending that on him. Right, okay, big news then, mate. This is the biggest news, I think, least expected, I would say. And it's great that you're available, because we're going to be talking about your main man who's almost saying bye in this thumbnail behind me, like giving it the see you later. Let me share this if anyone hasn't seen this. Leeds United player favours transfer. So we know that Aston Villa recently bought the left back of Real Betis. Now, Real Betis are now in the hunt for a left back. And it is being reported that Junior Firpo could well be on his way return back to Real Betis. I don't know what kind of transfer fee would be expected, but what are your initial thoughts, first of all, mate, at the fact that Junior Firpo could be exiting the football club?
Heartbroken, devastated. I think this is a massive, massive error, a massive oversight from the Leeds board. I will almost lose love for the game, you know. It dug me once when we lost Bielsa. I lost a lot of love for the sport of football. And, that love is dwindling as the years go on. And if we make this catastrophic car crash of an error of letting him go in January, then I'll be shocked, especially after his performance against Cardiff. I'm telling you, he's coming back into form. He has to start after this, put him on one side, drama on the other side, and it's different gravy for Leeds.
Do you not think, though, like defensively, bro, he's pretty brutal?
But we don't have anyone else, man. He hasn't been fit yet. He hasn't been given a fair crack of the whip. His problem is keeping himself fit, yeah. And I think arguably maybe down the road, then you get rid of him in summer when you can bring in extra defensive solidarity. I'm not sure Voba's the man for left back yet.
Really?
He hasn't proven himself yet. So it's a huge gamble to just throw Firpo out, put everything on Voba. Stroik might get injured. Anything might happen. I think it's a huge gamble to get rid of him in January. If you want to evaluate things in the summer, evaluate things in the summer. But in January, to get rid of a player of his quality, I mean, you see it, man. Should have had a goal, handball, disgraceful off the line. And then the whole time, mate, pinging it down the line, spreading them like butter on a beautifully toasted piece of bread.
First half, he was diabolical, bro. He did
the whole team were diabolical.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair assessment. I hear that.
Come on, man. We're weaker than an anorexic bodybuilder in that first half. What's he meant to do?
No, but let's be realistic, though. 22-23, right? This season, he's played 2 times, started 1, right? And that's in the league. Now, would he be missed, really? If he did go, let's say, just played how though? How when he's played
he
twice?
Would be missed in the hearts of the masses, mate. The Premier League is a weaker league without him.
In yours.
It's about the beauty of football, mate. When you grow old, I forget who gave the quote. It's a beautiful quote, and it rings true in every walk of life. People don't remember what you did; they remember how you make them feel. Yeah, and every time he steps foot on that grass pitch, he makes you feel in love with the game. The people's left back. If you smell what the senior is
Nipper,
cooking.
I do not need to vote, right? It'll be 99% gone, 1%.
99%, mate. He makes you feel in love with the game, man. He raises the hairs on the back of your neck. He makes you feel enchanted. He's so beautiful the way he plays the game.
I have a few times
fell in love with him.
No, I said JT's talking wet, and on a few occasions he has proved me wrong, as in like the centre backs. But one thing I will never agree with him on is that Junior Firpo is A, a footballer, and B, very good.
Wow.
Just to let you know, Calvin Phillips has come off in the Man City game. I know he's not our player, but he's absolutely had a stinker. He's had a stinker by all accounts. So not good. A lot of City fans happy to see the back of him, or off the pitch, if you like, getting beat 2-0 by Southampton, which isn't great, is it? For sure,
horrific.
Yeah, it is pretty bad, mate. It is pretty bad.
Even we wouldn't lose 2-0 to Southampton. That's
be careful, man. We've got them in a few weeks. You just never know.
If we lose to Southampton, I will shave my entire head.
Right. Listen, clip that up, people. Right?
Clip up all you want. I ain't getting the clippers out because Southampton are dead food, mate.
We shall see.
Gone off bread.
Now, there's a couple of loans, mate, maybe leaving the football club. I believe Leo Hjelde will be a Rochdale player. Rotherham. No? Rochdale?
Class signing.
Rotherham. What am I on about? Not Rochdale. He will be a Rotherham player by the end of the window. There's talk of Charlie Creswell apparently going out on loan, maybe coming back, then going out on loan. I'd like to see him stick around personally, but he probably will go out on loan. And Max Dean as well, another young prospect, maybe on his way to Harrogate, just to give people an update on that. Now, a player, someone tagged me in this story. Leeds United are not linked to this guy, right? But we're linked to him on several occasions in the past, and he's actually become available as he wants to leave Al Halil. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Mateus Pereira?
Pereira? I do remember
Pereira at West Brom.
Mateus Pereira. I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Brazilian maestro.
There you go. So apparently he wants to terminate his deal with Al Hilal due to late payment. Hilal, sorry, yeah. And he's trying to terminate his contract due to 3 months of delayed wages at the Saudi club.
That's right.
He is someone that is in that Pablo mold a little bit, if you like, a little bit of a creative force. I'm not saying Leeds United are going for him, but it is one to consider because he was a top player for West Brom at the time he was there, and obviously went for the money to Saudi Arabia. But if the opportunity was there, would you take it?
I don't know how much he's lost from stepping out of the Premier League or even the Championship at that to go to Saudi Arabia, sit there, tries to fluff up his bank account. It doesn't look like it's got very fluffy, actually.
No, yeah, exactly.
But I don't. I mean, Pablo. That's very generous to say he's in the Pablo role, mate. Very generous. I think he was a quality player, and he's someone who I was definitely looking at a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Is he much different from a Brendan Aronson? He's a player who can pick up the ball in tight places. He can dribble quite well. He's maybe a little bit more creative. He's got a bit more end product than Brendan Aronson, sure. But if we were bringing someone else in with him, potentially I'd be on board with it as our sole creative midfielder. I think the time's gone, mate. You've got to strike while the iron's hot in life, and unfortunately, he's going to have to rebuild his rep. It could be worth a gamble if it's like £5-10 million, but
yeah, exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? It is a bit of a gamble, but just to give people
I'm a gambling man, to be fair.
Yeah, heads up on that. So obviously, West Brom killed it in the Premier League before he left to Al Hilal. 11 goals, 6 assists. Maybe not so many goals whilst over in the Pro League, but 11 assists is a decent return. Now, I know that
I could get 11 assists in that league.
I was just going to say, what, next to Ronaldo? You assisting Ronaldo, yeah?
Yeah, of course, man. Big man, little man.
Big man, little man. But no, listen, it's one Leeds United have looked at in the past. If the opportunity presented itself and maybe he just wants out of his deal and he can get out, you don't even have to pay a transfer fee. Then maybe you go, let's make that one happen. Right, and now we are going to talk about the big one, really. We're going to talk about Jorginho Rutter. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, first of all, before we... how are you feeling about this one?
Put me on the spot with that one. Oh, mate, I don't know. I have a feeling it could be a rotter. Rutter could be a rotter. Now, I don't want to jump onto it. He's 20 years old. He's young. He's fresh talent. He's younger than me even. When I see these players, man, it's making me feel old these days. But 20 years of age, 2 goals, 2 assists, 15 appearances, about a goal every 538 minutes or something. It's not a great goal return. Now, what I think they're going for is obviously the physicality aspect that we've lacked without Patrick Bamford. And even when Patrick Bamford's been in the side, he hasn't really been doing it. We haven't had a striker, aside from Gelhardt in patches, who can actually spread the pitch, who can receive the ball on a half turn, take players on, and alleviate pressure for Leeds. Now, that is what they're going for here. He's got like 2.5 dribbles per 90 compared to Rodrigo. He's got like 0.47 dribbles per 90. They're going for the physical aspect. They're not going for a clinical striker because we already has that in exactly, mate.
So true.
Exactly.
It's so true, bro. So true.
I don't know, man. It's the reason why it's not filling me with confidence. It's because what it says about the club, what it says about what we're trying to do. We're trying to work on the counter press with that kind of a player, man. That's what he is for me. Someone to work on the counter press, to get us straight on the counter attack. Someone that can take the ball down, try and get Leeds more chances on the break. What I think we should be looking at more is more of an attacking midfielder, some creative player, and actually starting to focus on building some patterns of play, some attacking ideologies. We don't have many right now. So to just put a striker in there that isn't really proven goal scoring wise, and his main job is to get Leeds up the pitch, which, we already do well enough on the counter attack. It just doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence that we're addressing the real issues that need to be addressed. It feels like we're papering over the cracks, to say. I mean, what do you think about it, mate? Do you think he's the answer? Think he's going to change our style of play?
I mean, not so much, but I think, you made some good points there about numbers and stuff like that. Just bear with me Go back to Rutter. I just need to check on something. 1 sec, mate.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, so let's
leave it
just
with you.
continue to talk about the main man, Jorginho Rutter. How's it going, boys, man? How is it going? I'm on the big screen now. My camera is looking sharp and crisper than a packet of already salted Walkers. How's it going, man? 654 of you in here. Can I say, let's get those likes up. Smash the goddamn like button. It's only on 182, and I want to see that up to over 250 by the time Joe returns. But nonetheless, I digress. Rutter, what are your thoughts, mate? One's in the chat right here. If you're feeling the rhythm with Rutter, you're feeling the rhyme, you want to get on up like it's bobsleigh time. For me, like I said, not filling me with a whole heap of confidence, man. I think there's more pressing issues that need to be addressed that are a lot more imperative than just lumping it up to a striker who can get us up the pitch. I think he could turn good. I've seen some clips of him where he looks very good on the half turn. He looks like a very classy player, shall we say, for a big man. I'm feeling Augustine vibes, unfortunately, but you know he does seem like he's got a bit less of a bad fitness track than Augustine. And lovely people here. Rutter gonna be a nutter. I like it. 40 million euros for a low scorer ain't filling with. You see what I mean? It's actually going to be 30 million. So I'm hearing.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. Now, that's why. Thank you for just doing that, mate. I just had to check on my little boy. No. Right. Okay. So, Rutter, the reason why it seems that it hasn't been completed as of yet is because Leeds United were haggling. Leeds United were trying to maybe bring down the price a little bit, and it looks like that may have worked. Now, that's the reason why it's been held up. There's been a lot of chitter-chatter that maybe he was in Leeds yesterday. However, Phil Hay has reported on The Athletic to say he has not yet jumped on any flight. But it's been reported on Sky Sports News in Germany that the deal now is agreed. So it says Leeds United are making positive progress towards a deal for Hoffenheim striker Rutter after 48 hours of intensive talk. So it seems that we've been trying to get a bit of a better deal. Intense, yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Is this guy in the room? How does he know these talks are intense, man?
They spent the past 2 days attempting to finalise a fee, and it looks like we'll be getting him 30 million up front, I believe. They travelled to England on Monday night in an attempt to push forward a move, which began to gather pace last weekend. So there was someone yesterday who mentioned that his representatives have gone over. It does say the 20-year-old striker who is yet to arrive in Leeds himself, but will fly in for a medical as soon as terms are finalised. So it's been reported that it's all done. It's been accepted. I believe tomorrow he will fly to England. We'll get a medical. We may get an announcement on Rutter tomorrow evening ahead of our fixture, of course, with Villa on Friday. But I'm really excited by it, bro. I think.
Why are you excited?
Why am I excited? Okay, so football's not just about numbers, right? Football's not just about numbers. Okay, people will just go straight to the stats and say, nah, this guy hasn't got it. But I think all I keep making reference to and thinking about is players of the ilk of Cody Gakpo, Gvardiol, CDK, all these players, even Kavic Kvaratskhelia, that Leeds United didn't push the button on when they should have, and they've gone on to just smash it. Even Martin Terrier now is being linked with a move to Chelsea and Liverpool in the summer. He's injured at the minute, but he's already been linked. Now that's one that we could have got.
Charles de Ketelaere was a glad miss, to be honest.
No, but you say that though, and people said that about Rodrigo de Paul, and now he's a World Cup winner. There's still time for these lads.
Rodrigo de Paul's different gravy, man. But de Ketelaere, man, what has he done this year? Nothing really.
Yeah, true. I hear you, but I do think he will be, or he will come good. But I think Rutter is in that ilk. I spoke to someone before who said, basically, if we don't get him now, he'll go to another big club in the summer. So I think he just goes from strength to strength. And listen, he can score with both feet. You know, some of his goals have looked really, really good. And you mentioned the dribbling stats and stuff like that, you know. So I think it helps us. It's whether or not the manager who we've got at the minute can get you know, the best out of him. But listen, I was banging the drum for Shea Adams. Let's not forget that. So for them to bring me Jorginho, Rutter, for them to bring me Rutter, bro, I'm like that. Yes, I'm all over.
Anything's better than Shea Adams, man. That's you set your bar very low there, mate. I could pick up scraps from my Sunday league side, and I'd still be happier than I would with Shea Adams. But would you not agree, though? It doesn't matter how impressive this guy seems on paper, his talent or whatever. Is it gonna change anything if we don't address our problems creatively? Is it gonna actually change anything? Because Rodrigo has been clinical enough. He's had a fantastic season, and we're still in the mud. So,
but I put that more so down to Jesse's system. That means that because what we tend to do, bro, right, for me is just get the ball upfield as quick as possible, and then what happens is when they win it back, because I guess we don't have any sort of methodical football play for me personally. I just think we play hoofball at times, or we just smash it into dangerous areas, and then we lose the ball. We lose the ball, and then they're straight.
As methodical as a toddler playing a game of chess, mate.
This is what I'm saying, bro. There's no sort of coherent plan. So we just smash it into areas. And maybe we need someone like a Rutter who's going to get on the ball, a bit like Nonto does, and says, do you know what? I'm going to try beat him and I'm going to have a go. And that's what Nonto gives us. So maybe having another player of his ilk. He's a big lad as well. Maybe he can help bring others into play. I'm hoping it works. But the major question mark for me is it's not the players coming in. It's not that. It's the manager for me right now. You know, he has a lot to sort out, because these next 6 games for us are massive, starting in just 48 hours, man. We're playing Aston Villa away in 48 hours time. That game is huge, because then, unfortunately, because we got a replay, we've then got squeezed Cardiff in on Wednesday, and then we've got Brentford on Sunday. So again, it's 3 games in 7 days for us. It's tough, man. It's tough going.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough. And to be honest, we probably don't want to carry on beating the dead horse into the ground talking about Jesse Marsch, but I love him and I back him. I would never call for any manager's head. I never have, and I never will. I mean, even to the point where my dad still mugs me off to this day. I was actually very, very annoyed when we sacked Paul Heckingbottom and brought Bielsa in. I was like, because we were doing that Celino thing where we had more managers than he had court cases, which was pretty hard when the guy was going through a court case every month. But man, I was gutted when that happened. Obviously, after a couple of games, I quickly came to my senses and saw the masterful, beautiful magician that was in front of me. But I still have to start putting some blame on Marsch now. I think players don't get blamed enough in today's day and age. I think everyone throws the book of the manager too quickly, and I think it takes time to build something. But we're seeing the same mistakes repeat over and over and over and over again. And if something doesn't start to change soon, especially if he gets a couple of signings going, then we'll have to start asking questions of the manager. Yeah. Eventually, that has to happen. I'll give him a few more games. But I think right now in fact, forget a few more games. I think we're going to have to give him to the end of the season, because I think we had 2 plays. We sack him before the transfer window, or we keep him till the rest of the season. Because if you're going to go through another transfer window, buying a bunch more players that Jesse Marsch wants, the likes of Vobra, etc., then you can't just bring a new manager in who has a completely different style of play and has none of his own players. So I think we're stuck with him till the rest of the season. I think we've got to make the most of it. Stuck with him's maybe a bit harsh, but I don't know. What can you see him changing? And in fact, what would you change out of him? If you're the gaffer now, what are you changing about this side?
About this side? I'd stop playing kick and rush, Sunday league ball. I'd say, let's get on the ball. Let's try keep hold of the ball, get it out to the wingers, isolate the fullbacks, take them on, not have it so congested so that no one can even breathe, let alone pass a ball.
That's my settings in there.
Yeah, man, definitely, mate.
but I mean, it's easier said than done.
Of course. And everyone goes, I'm not a football manager. People say, who would you get in next? I'm not a director of football. That is not my job. Do you know what I mean? But what I will say for those that say as well, why should we back him? Why are we getting his players, etc.? But that's what happens in football, man. Let's not pretend that, someone can't come in and get a better tune out of personnel. But listen, this isn't for Jesse today. This isn't for Jesse. Press conference tomorrow. I'll have a reaction for that. We'll do a preview ahead of Villa. We'll have a chat about that. Listen, at the end of the day, I support them as best I can, but I've done Jesse now. We did it. If we lose, I'll be back talking about the guy again.
Oh, is that who those dresses were for? They're for Jesse. Okay, it's all making sense now. All right. Actually, Leeds Sayer here. Big point. I've completely forgotten about it, and everyone does. Sinisorska, man. Sinisorska.
Yeah.
He's been huge for us, and he's been missing for months now. I don't know, but if he comes back, what do you rejig the system with? Because he's gonna have to start on one of the wings. You're gonna push. I personally put Sourceville in the 10 and put Nonto on the other wing. Because I don't think you can drop one of Sourceville or Nonto. I think they've been two of our best players recently.
No, I agree with you.
But I still think Sinisorska has to get himself in there. So it's interesting. What do you do in that situation?
I don't know if you could play more central and drop Aronson, perhaps. I don't know, because do you know what I'm getting at the minute? I was joking about this. You know that some fans have called Jesse the Yank Lampard. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yank Lampard.
And I get listen, when Lampard was in charge of Chelsea, he continuously played Mason Mount, and everyone said is his son. And I think I'm getting shades of Brendan Aronson almost being Jesse's son, because there's a real reluctance to drop him. He plays him right till the last minute when he's nearly like blowing out of his ass and he's done. I think Aronson needs to come out of the side for me personally. He needs a bit of time. I don't know what you think about that.
Who, Aronson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely needs a little bit of a rest. I don't know. I just see with him when he started the season, it was so promising. I thought, finally, okay, we got a bit of a creative player. But again, my point is, he was a great dribbler on the ball. He didn't possess that quality to break a side down when they sat back. And I think as the season's gone on, he's been found out a little bit. There's got to be a reason why he wasn't starting for America. We all thought he was going to start for them in the World Cup. He was pushed to the bench, really. I think that may have knocked his confidence a little bit. And I haven't been impressed with him recently, I have to say. He looks off the pace a little bit. His best play is when he's turning at players and he's running at them quickly. You can say Leeds haven't had a lot of control of the ball, which is another thing that's hurting him. But yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I would put Sourceville in the 10. But to drop him now, as we're getting rid of Klitsch, stupid mistake, man. Stupid mistake. We don't have anyone to put in there now.
Go on, mate.
If we drop Brendan Aronson, Jack Harrison ain't gonna get any game time. Neither is Klitsch now. He's not gonna be there. Who are we actually putting in Aronson's position? I can't think of anyone. Anybody? Rodrigo back at Cam, Logan Leeds. But we're missing it. Rodrigo up front has been doing the business for us. He's been phenomenal for us this year. I genuinely don't know. And if you can give me a viable option to replace Brendan Aronson with in that 10, then I'll be able to hear it. Which is why I think it is imperative that we do get a Unahi or a player like that. And we still need Brendan. I think this. Look, man, Brendan Aronson on his day, he is like a figure skater on ice. He is weaving in and out like an afro hairstyle, and it is beautiful to see. Don't get me wrong, it beggars belief. Unfortunately, that day is too far and few between right now, and consistency-wise, he's off the boil. But we don't have anyone to bring in, which is why I said too weak in the midfield, mate. Honestly, thinner than a Rizzler paper when it comes to creative players, mate. Get Aronson's brother, much more talented. Mate, we'll keep Brendan. Look, I don't want to get rid of Brendan. I'm not going to slag him off. I'm not slagging him off to the hills. I'm not throwing him away. Don't get me wrong, mate. His brother, I think it's too early, Paxton, don't get me wrong. I like Jeremy Paxton myself. Bit of a classy guy. But not for me right now. Not for me. I think we need some proven quality. We need some 25, 30 million pound additions in there, man. Karen Aronson, he's only 4 foot tall. Oh, mate. I don't know. See, look, I threw it to you guys, and none of you guys. I heard Rodrigo and Cam. That's literally the only option we have there. We're weak, man. We are weak. Weaker than a toddler trying to play darts. Oh, I'm hearing myself.
Sorry about that. Right, yeah, cool. So, yeah, Aronson, I agree with you. Needs some time out of the side. Needs beefing up.
But there's someone to bring in there, man. There's someone to bring in there. We don't even have a winger to put in his position.
There is options, I think.
Who? Come on, man. NSG options, this, that. Tell me one.
I mean, I would play Harrison. No?
Harrison and Cam?
Yeah, he did all right there against West Ham, I think.
It's an option. It's an option. It's not the best option. I don't think he's much more proven in there. Maybe you put Harrison on the wing and Somerville and Cam.
I think Aronson maybe could have done with the rest against Cardiff, perhaps. But I don't know. I just think he's very, very lightweight at the minute. So, yeah. And I think it's probably, in a sense, probably not helping Jesse, because if he goes to Villa and Aronson plays again till the 80th minute or whatever, and he has a poor game, it's like, come on, man, what are you playing at? Do you know what I mean? And I think he needs to be wary of that. Listen, I don't know what the answers are. I wish I did.
But he's still someone who works his socks off. I do have to give him that. He always works himself into the ground. But look, man, missing Tyler Roberts, exactly.
I don't know if you've seen, actually, they're just taking another striker on loan at QPR, so that might mean even less minutes for him. Toby Ward says, I love him, but Aronson needs confidence again and gets tackled too much. Yeah, maybe a lot of that's due to there being options available to him as well, due to the system. Maybe having someone like Rutter come in, having Sinistera available, Nonto, etc. Maybe we'll see more of him. I do believe the squad needs improving. And we are doing that, you know. We've brought in Rutter, we've brought in Max Vobert, and maybe we'll get a midfielder, you know. So we'll have to wait and see. JT, we've got Villa on Friday. It's only 48 hours away now. What are your thoughts?
Easy win. Come on, Villa.
What's giving you that?
Forget about it. Forget about it, mate. I think we'd have less chance of winning against a random Spanish Villa, trying to find a pen girl in a random Spanish Villa, all right? We are going to crucify them, murder them, rip them apart, tear them to shreds, okay? There is not going to be a living existence of life in Birmingham after we go over there and destroy. Is that home or away? Sorry,
it's away. It's away.
Away, exactly. Yeah, in Birmingham. We're gonna go there to their hometown and wipe the floor with them. I'm sorry, mate. Look, things are happening here. If we start Cody Drama, who for me, I don't know how he hasn't got any game time, criminal. We start him. We start Firpo. We actually attack them, and we go as we mean to carry on. We get that early goal. They will crumble. What am I smoking? I am smoking a good night's sleep, my man. I am smoking clarity of thought and judgment, something that Leeds have not been showing quite a lot of right now, but it's a different story, mate. I'm telling you, everything seems doom and gloom. Everyone's counting Marsh out. We bring some signings in. 4-0.
4-0, he says.
Sourceville, Nonto, Rodrigo at the double, yeah? You know what? Everyone talking about Rutter and bringing these other strikers in, yeah? Extremely, extremely disrespectful to Rodrigo, who has been one of our best, if not our best, well, no, probably not our best player, but definitely one of our best players. He has been sensational. Yeah, he missed the penalty. Yeah, of course. But he's been sensational this year. Really disrespectful on him. And he is going to come with a vengeance.
Yeah, but someone asked me earlier on, actually, as Rodrigo gave my real spec jet.
Has he?
Yeah, massively. Yeah.
Get that shit off your shirt. Did you say before? Was that? I believe that was a quote that came from your mouth.
Did you have a Rodrigo? Yeah, you had Rodrigo.
Yeah, I did have a Rodrigo Moreno shot. Yeah.
Nah, fair play, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm not one of them guys who's not unwilling to change his opinion. You know, there's some people who just that and will not change. Listen, I was wrong about Rodrigo. He's had a great season.
Phenomenal.
He's scored 11 goals for Leeds, 10 in the league, but it's literally only 7 goals off Bamford, and we were lauding Bamford when he got 17 goals. There's still half of the season to go. Rodrigo could surpass that. Rodrigo could end up with 20 goals this season. So
the only guy with better goals to minute ratio is Erling Haaland. You know what I mean?
Man. The facts are there, aren't they? The facts
are facts.
There. We'll have to wait and see. But I think we need more defensive solidity against Villa, so we'll probably not play Firpo. Maybe bring him on when we're probably 2-0 down and we can win the game 3-2.
We'll not play Firpo. Oh, come on.
No, JT, come on.
What are Villa going to do to us? Come on, man.
I mean, under Unahi Emery, different.
Exactly, Unai Emery. Not exactly creative masterminds, are they? Come on, the guy's the most counter-attacking manager I've ever seen. He makes... honestly, he makes Steve Bruce look like Pep Guardiola, this guy. And you're telling me that they're going to have attacking threat? Come on now, Joe. You got to be joking me.
Yeah, man. We'll see anyway. We'll see. Anyway, I want to ask...
What are your thoughts, mate? What's your prediction for that game?
I think we'll get beat.
Oh, where's the faith, man?
No, I can't. I don't have the faith anymore, bro.
Feel it, smell it, taste it, taste the rainbow, touch the rainbow.
I think we get beat. 2-1, 2-0, something like that.
I hope
I'm wrong. But Villa are decent under Emery, and everyone keeps going, Stevenage or whatever. But...
Now Villa are dead. We'll smash them, and that's the bottom line because JT said so.
Nice. Now, just to finish up, I want to ask people in the chat, how's the audio been tonight? I've got a brand new mic. I want to know if it sounded sweet. Please.
Crisper than that packet of Pringles over there, mate. Crisper than that packet of Texas barbecue Pringles.
I've got my sound. What did it? Wave panels, sound panels, wave panels, new shelf, new lighting. You know what I mean? Like, we're making moves. I get my... Watch this, bro. You ready? These are sick, by the way. Audio's been trimmed. Oh, I love it. I'm so happy about that. I can't wait to actually listen back to myself. But you ready for this? Are you ready? Look at the lights. Yo, man. I'll change them with my phone, you know.
Right. Fancy.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, mate. Saucier than Somerville's underpants.
So yeah, I'm happy. And I just wanted to check on the sound. So that's good, man. That's good. Anything else you want to leave us with, mate? We've come up to an hour. Oh, just before you do, JT, actually, I'll be live tomorrow for the press conference reaction. We'll have some more. I'm convinced Rutter gets announced tomorrow, so we'll have to have a chat about that. I'll do the press conference. Run a press conference reaction. Yeah. I need to do a Villa preview as well. So it's going to be busy on the channel. So make sure you're locked in and make sure you do get your notification bell smashed. JT, what's going on?
Locked in or get locked up.
Exactly. Let me know what's been going on at your side. What are you up to?
I did take. I took a month out of action during the World Cup. I was doing work on other platforms, other places, so I wasn't around. So people were thinking, where's this geezer sodded off to for a month? But then since the season's come back, the content has been coming back, and I also, unfortunately, I went away for New Year's, and I came back and I got a horrific illness, horrific flu. Couldn't do anything for about a week. Couldn't speak. Still not fully recovered, but pretty much there. And you know what time it is. You know what's back. You know the hottest series in the world of football. It is South Stand Signings, baby. Get yourself over there for all the news that you have been craving for. Make sure you get over there. Tomorrow morning, there will be some more action. And let me tell you something. I have had my phone blowing off the handlebars. There is so much information tomorrow. Crazy stuff happening. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. What about yourself, mate? What have we got on the home of the hardest working geezer?
Yeah, the self-proclaimed, I will say. Someone said flashing red lights and dancing. Maybe I have got enough count. You don't know, do you? Maybe I have. It's 2023. So maybe, yeah. Good. Yeah, I'll be busy, man. I'm just busy. Busy guy, man. Busy guy.
Busy
We'll
like I've got to say, man, it's good to be here, man. It's good to be
Someone
here.
asked actually about the midweek fix as well. Leeds Sayer, when is it back? It will be back. It won't be back next week. So we play Cardiff. It won't be. It probably might be back the week after. We'll have to wait and see. I'm trying to get Lewis tied down. Lewis is a busy guy now because he's on BBC and all that sort of jazz. But believe me, I tried to tie Lewis down many times. You know. Got a couple of vodkas in him, and it's a little bit of an easy job. I feel like I might end up getting into a debate with it because he's proper pro Marsh, like you would not believe.
He's not even, mate. He's not even, mate. He's just a waffler, mate. Honestly, IHOP are getting jealous. They got him on the blower trying to get some of his waffles. He's about to run him out of business, man. Don't buy into that.
Don't buy into that.
Guys are frauds.
Make sure you go check out JT's channel. Obviously, South Stand signings will be returning. I'll be here tomorrow. So please do subscribe, notification bell. Yeah, I've been getting loads of support over the last couple of days. It's been amazing. 700, 800 people in streams, and that's insane for me. So I want to thank you all. Make sure you go send the love over to JT, and we will see you on the other side, people.